Testing, 1, 2. Well, welcome to the the how to go virtual and become wildly profitable and get your first value client online in just 30 days. This is Arturo Johnson, and I'm just going to do a quick test to make sure that everything is working well. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can see my screen and hear my audio, and then we'll get going here. Put a 7 in the chat if you can see my screen and hear my voice. All righty. So we'll wait just a few seconds. We got a bunch of people hopping on here, and we'll go ahead and get started. This is going to be great. I'm glad you guys showed up today. This is a packed house. I hope you guys got a pen and paper handy. There's going to be a ton of nuggets here, and we're going to go ahead and get started in just a second. Again, I'm Arturo Johnson, and I'm excited about today. And this masterclass is going to be about how to go virtual and become wildly profitable and get your first high value client online in just 30 days. And I am Arturo Johnson. I am your 7-figure consultant, and I am the presenter of this webinar today. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And so my goal for today is for you to have everything that you need to go virtual and get your high value clients starting immediately. And even if if you don't know who your ideal client is, or even if you aren't techie, and if you're not using skills that you already know, how to close clients, and you don't know the first thing about being on calls, or you don't want to come off too pushy or slimy or salesy, what I'm going to show you today are the exact same strategies that I use to grow my consulting business to 6 figures in just 6 months. And so here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover why going virtual is the best place to start getting clients right now. And the only 3 things that you need to make 6 figures and even 7 as an advisor or agent. I'm going to show you how to pick a niche. I'm going to teach you how to get your first few high value clients quickly. And then if you stay to the end, I'm going to do a live Q&A. That way you can ask me questions directly. And so, if you stick around to the end as well, I have a treat for you. I'm going to give you all the slides to download and all the swipe files and templates referenced throughout this webinar. Sound good? All right. So who is this webinar for? So this is for advisors starting out who are looking for the best possible opportunity to get started at making a big income online. This is for advisors and agents with existing businesses who want to supplement their incomes and generate cash flow on the side. This is for employees who are looking to quit their 9-to-5 and start an agency of their own. This is also for current advisors and agents who are looking to get more clients and grow their current business online. And I want to give you a couple house rules just to kind of go over really quickly. And here are a few of them right here. So number 1, this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not a do nothing and click a button and make money. And neither my results or the results of my clients are typical. And the people you're going to hear about are hardworking advisors and agents who put in effort and did the work. And the results that you get are entirely up to you. And so right now we are experiencing one of the most amazing transitions in the history of the world. The internet has broken down the traditional walls, and anybody can go virtual working from home with just a laptop and a cell phone. We can reach literally anybody online through channels such as LinkedIn and Facebook for pennies on the dollar. And modern day technology means that we can run a 6, even 7-figure financial consulting business from home without any staff or expensive overhead. And right now is the perfect time to move your business online and to become wildly profitable. And so here's a quick story about me. So I'm Arturo Johnson, and I'm a consultant from Chicago, Illinois, and I now live in Nashville. And I grew my consulting business from nothing to over six figures in 6 months and 29 days. And so this is a photo of me back when I was in the business, and I used to cold call and do proposals. And this one particular day was a Tuesday, and I remember it specifically because this was one of my late nights. Now, if you've been in the business for a while and you're married, you understand this one. So me and my wife had an agreement that on Tuesday, that was my late night, that I could miss dinner and miss taking my daughter to volleyball and miss hanging out with the kids, and she would have to do all the work and the laundry and the cleaning up and everything. And this particular Tuesday, I was working hard at the office, doing some case prep, making a couple extra dials, grinding, right? And at the time, I didn't realize it, but there was a sensor on these lights, and they cut off at 8 p.m. And guess when I figured that out? At 8 p.m. So I was sitting in this chair, and I had to get up and go over to the right directly across from those ties and turn the lights back on. And that's when I realized that I was the only one at the office. And so I took this photo back then because I had the grinder mentality, right? And I took this photo as a badge of honor. So I sent it out to my group text of my colleagues who were already at home because I thought that they were lazy because I was in that grinder mentality and I was still working. But in actuality, they were at home spending time with their families and spending time with people that they couldn't give back, and I was missing out. And this is me grinding away every day, dialing for dollars and, hoping that somebody would pick up the phone and I would speak to somebody that I could try to set an appointment. And I got my coffee here and my always be prospecting sign. And I've got my list of numbers to call and my numbers from last week to motivate me because I struggled a little bit. And I was doing the Grant Cardone style as well because I wasn't even putting the phone down. I would just hang up and dial the next number. And then on this whiteboard over here, I would just draw a line every time I set an appointment. And you can see that there aren't many lines on there because cold calling people just doesn't get the job done anymore. And we would have these monthly client builders, and my numbers were terrible. And I was so embarrassed that I would sit in the back because I would hope that my numbers wouldn't be on the screen and that they would only talk about the top five, and then we would move along in the session. And I struggled a bunch. I was barely writing any applications. I was barely making the next pay run. Excuse me. And even my goals were low. And I struggled a bunch trying to do it the old traditional way. And I tried everything. I tried to do seminars. I spent hundreds of dollars on this room and hundreds of dollars on food, and nobody showed up. And people aren't interested when they don't even eat the free food, right? And I knew that there had to be a better way. I knew there had to be a more predictable, a more repeatable way. And after thousands and thousands of dollars and hours upon hours of testing things, I figured it out and I cracked the code. And that's when everything changed for me. And I went from nobody showing up to my seminars and spending and wasting tons of money on food and talking to people who weren't interested to over here in the exact same room, look at the floors and the tables and the chairs, to having a packed house full of qualified prospects who were interested. Now let's take a look at this photo here. This young man is staring intently. This gentleman has his mouth open. This young lady doesn't even have her shoes on, and they're turning as I'm speaking, and they're following along. And so what's the difference between that photo? What's the difference here between this photo? Take a look at this. So nobody's paying attention, nobody's interested, and now these folks are interested. Well, these people were qualified. They wanted to be there, and there's no food because they only came for the information and for the benefit of what I put in front of them. And so here are some of my numbers. And so in 1 month, I set 93 meetings and wrote 12 policies. And I did this in the short month of February with only 21 working days. And the average person that I met with made at least $85,000. And so at this point, I was no longer worried about money. I was able to provide for my family. My wife decided that she wanted to stay home and work from home. And I didn't have to worry about all of those things anymore. Now I could just focus on attracting my ideal clients and meeting with them. And that's when everything changed. And this is me now, right, as a consultant. And now this is a successful position that I'm in, that I only speak with highly successful and motivated advisors who are really motivated to take their business to the next level. And I show this photo to you and all of these in this story to you, not to try to impress you, but really just to express to you that the difference between the grinder on the left and the rainmaker on the right is a system. The rainmaker on the right had a predictable, repeatable, rinse and repeat system to attract his ideal client and convert them with ease. And so after I left the business in 2019, I hit 6 figures in 6 months and 29 days. And this year, I'm on pace for 100K per month, month after month after month. And these are just some of the things I've been able to enjoy. And I just wanted to share a couple of these things because this is possible for you guys too. Going on dream vacations and testing and doing things that I've never done before. And this is 12,000 feet in the air, zip lining through the mountains, and I had a great time. And we're over here going on wonderful dinners, way above the city in beautiful Nashville, taking dream vacations. And now I get to go deep sea fishing. I caught a shark on this expedition here, and I'm really, really, really just living out my dreams. And so I did that in 12 months. Now I want to just take a second. Now imagine yourself 12 months from right now. So think about where you are and where you want to be in 12 months. Because with this process, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to get there. And these are not just my results. Here's Ian, a financial advisor out of California, and now he is fully automated his prospecting process, and he made $20,000 within the first month of working with me, and he more than 10x'd his investment. And Mark Hansen, CFP, been in the business over 30 years. He was already making 6 figures, and he will be at 7 figures no time flat with this fully automated process. Or Greg Jackson, he was also kind of relying on referrals, and he had tried some things on LinkedIn and some Facebook methods, but he just got a little bit of business from it. And now his calendar is full each and every week. Well, Caleb, he was making about 150 calls a day, and he said that it was frustrating him and he was getting beat up over the phones, and he was really just starting to get some call reluctance. And then he finally went automated with joining the program, and now he's just booking tons and tons and tons of appointments. And there's so many more. So why go virtual though? Well, I want to tell you a story. And one day, John Lennon's wife was looking at their yard, and she mentioned that she wanted a swimming pool. And John said, okay, let's get one. And when John's wife responded asking him, well, how are we going to do that? And he said, I'll write us one. So when you have a fully automated process to generate your qualified appointments on demand, this is one of the most valuable assets that you can have, because it means that you will never go hungry. And just like John Lennon had, writing songs, you can have that by having your clients chase you, and never ever have to worry about that. And now you're on your way to getting anything that you want in life. And so when others, obtain things through a lifetime of relying on referrals for people to give them things, you can grow your business and obtain these things and get your first few clients on autopilot. And you can finally stop worrying about where your next client is going to come from. So why go virtual? Well, it's a great question. You can start immediately with just a cell phone and a laptop. And you don't need to build a book or wasting time chasing business or spend 5 years to build up some goodwill and some word of mouth and kind of get your name out there, because there are high profit margins, and plenty of cash from day one. And this is a massive, massive, massive confidence booster. And you can get started right now with the skills that you already have, and you can work from anywhere, and you'll have your own time and have your own financial freedom. And this is really, really, really the new way to do business, and you can get massive results and be proud of it. But what if you're not a techie? Well, here's some misconceptions about going virtual. So people think that to go virtual, you have to have a degree in coding and have a ton of experience in computers, or to go virtual, you need a fancy office and staff, or you need to kind of get your name out there networking, or to go virtual, you need to meet clients in person 3 to 4 times and give complicated advice to solve problems. Well, that's definitely not true. The only 3 things that you need to have a 6 and 7 figure virtual financial services business are picking a niche, having a proven system to generate appointments, and a repeatable process to turn strangers into clients. Now I'm going to repeat that one more time because I want that to sink in. The only 3 things that you need to have a 6 or 7 figure consulting business, a financial consulting business, is to pick a niche, have a proven system to generate appointments, and a repeatable process to turn strangers into clients. And so let's talk about step 1, picking your niche. So why pick a niche? Well, specialists, they earn more money and get more respect and have more fun. And so let's look at this example that I always love talking about, the general practitioner versus the brain surgeon, right? So the general doctor, he meets with 100 patients a day. They're coming in and he quickly diagnosing them and sending in his aid. And he's working all day and all night in this little bitty, dark, dingy office. And then we have the brain surgeon, right? Where the only thing he does is he shows up after blood work's done, IVs is in, patient has been sedated. He looks at a chart, puts the gloves on, and goes right in there and does the surgery, and then he's done, right? So this brain surgeon only has to do 2 of these procedures a week, while the general practitioner is working around the clock. And the brain surgeon makes at least 5 times the amount of money as a general practitioner. So your message and presence online is more powerful when you pick a niche. Conversations are more meaningful, and it's just much easier to get clients when you know exactly who you should be talking to. And it's hard to be the best in the world at multiple things, but it's surprisingly easy to be the best at one single thing. And you can become a rainmaker in this business when you become king of your mountain. So you need to define your mountain, climb to the top of it, and then defend it like hell. And when you become king of your mountain, prospects will come to you instead of you chasing them. Generalist agents and advisors are no longer your competition, and they stand no chance. And the reason why is because when you ask an agent, who do you serve? They say anybody. Or what do you serve them? Anything, right? The whole I can fog up a mirror. So at this point and at this level, when you have defined your mountain, they're not competition to you anymore, because they're just like everyone else, saying the same old thing, preaching and singing the same old song. And prospects will literally beg to work with you at any price, and you get to pick and choose the top people who you want to work with. You also get to advise instead of convince, and charge much higher fees. So let's define your mountain right now. So we use this diagram in our program, and so I want you to just kind of think about this right now. So right now, just think about it. What industries do you know very, very well, right? So a lot of times in this business, some of the more seasoned veterans, they probably had a career change or two, right? So usually there's an industry or two that they know really well. Well, what skills do you have from that? What experiences have you drawn from that that we can use to define your mountain? And then what we want to do is we want to think through what are those needs that were in that industry? What were their desires? You know, we really want to focus and get inside the mind of our ideal clients, and usually we are that person. And when we do that, that is where we hit the sweet spot, and that is how we pick our niche. And so, you know, when you're researching the market's problems, needs, and desires, once you've done this, you know, and you figured out what skills you have, and the next step is just to really look at the pains and the desires of this market. And to do this, you just need to do a little bit of research just so you can make sure that you're accurate, that you can write a day in your prospect's diary. And there's an exercise for this. And I'd like you to complete, you know, work researching on this niche. And let's just take a look at it right now. So, you know, where do you get this information from? And I made this really, really simple, and it's really simple, but it's very, very powerful. So I want you to pay close attention to this. So I want you to start by identifying the top 10 blogs in this niche. And then I want you to go to a website called buzzsumo.com. Now this website is very, very powerful because what this website does is it allows you to see the top searches or things that people in your niche are interested in, and then you can go through and take a look at those things, and this is really eye-opening. And so when you do that, you can see what are the most popular posts in these blogs, and now you can just go to the comments of these posts and see what people are saying, right? You know, you can check out who are the top influencers in this niche and what they're saying. You can figure out what the top books are in this niche and what those are and what they're saying. And then you can consider emailing 50 to 100 people in this niche and simply just asking them a couple questions just to really kind of understand and just make sure that we're crystal clear on our niche. And by doing this one thing alone, you know, we would have selected our niche, we would have discovered our niche's pains and desires, we would have learned about the niche and can speak their language now. At this point, you are already light years ahead of most advisors and agents. And so now, you know, how do we define what you do and who you help as an agent or an advisor? And so here, this is how we make this really crystal clear. And this is going to be your marketing message. So I want you to write this down. I help blank to blank by blank. And this is very simple, but this is how you get clear on your message. So we would say, I help niche to solve problem by whatever service that you offer. So for example, I help physicians to save money in taxes by using a infinite banking strategy, right? Very simple. And so let's recap really, really quickly about this session so far. So right now, you know, this is the perfect time to go virtual. And we talked about why having a system to generate clients is one of the most valuable assets that you can have, because it means that you will never go hungry. We talked about the misconceptions that most people have about going virtual and why you can start right now with the skills you already have. I showed you how to pick your ideal niche and how to define what you do and who you help. So now I want to talk about one of my favorite things. How do we get the first few high value clients? This is my favorite. And so what I'm about to share with you right now is the exact same strategies that my clients and I use to pick up 5, 10, even 20 clients per month. And so this is our process from start to finish. We start with Facebook ads, to a landing page, to a value video, to a survey, to a calendar, to a call. I'm going to walk through these all step by step, so don't worry. So number one, so right now Facebook is the number one place to get clients for your financial consulting business. And there has never, ever been an easier time, especially right now with the COVID-19 going on, to target your perfect client online and for so little. Remember, I said you could do this for pennies. So let's talk about the targeting. So very simply, I want you to take a look at this. So I'm going to target doctors of medicine, right? And over here to the right with this search, this says that there's 33,000 people in this group, and the possible engagement is up to 712, right? And we can reach up to 12,000 doctors in a day. Simple and easy, but very, very powerful. And so let's take a look at the ad and how to create that, because I want to show you a real life example. I just don't want to give you some theory. I want to show you, the street knowledge. So take a look. This is a very simple ad, right? Are you a doctor looking for help planning for retirement? Very simple and easy. And when the doctor sees this, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's me. And they'll click on that. And so with the industry average, and when we use a phenomenal ad like that, that's very simple, we're paying about $1 per click. So every time a doctor clicks on that ad, we pay Facebook $1. And so now let's talk about the landing page, right? So after they click on the Facebook ad, then something's got to go somewhere so that we can try to advance a doctor to becoming a client. And so a landing page is simply a web page that asks doctors, in this case, for their email address in exchange for some information or content. And we can build these very, very simply and easily in minutes without absolutely zero tech skills. And this will convert visitors to opt in at a rate of 33%. So let's take a look at a very simple landing page. So this will be an exclusive free training for doctors, how to save money tax-free without the risks of the market, right? Because we know that doctors are always getting hammered in taxes. And so we could use this as a landing page. We capture the information very simply and easily to set up, bada bing, bada boom, right? And so we're using that page, and it converts at 33%, which is about $3 per lead. So just think about that. We are generating our own, and it's costing us $3 to get a qualified lead that we know is qualified because we picked our niche and we put the exact perfect stimulus and ad in front of them to click on it, and it only costs us $3. So next, let's talk about the value video. And the value video is something that's 3 to 5 minutes, very simple and easy, where we provide value to our prospect in the form of a training video. And you can record this using your iPhone in less than 10 minutes. And so, when we do this, which I'll show you more in the program, but I'll just go through it really quickly. We use the who, what, why, and how to record our video. So it says something like, hello, I'm Arturo Johnson, and I help doctors to pay less money in taxes and fees, and allow them to put money away in a safe bucket with the upside of the market without any of the downsides of the risks. And if you are a doctor who is having some of these struggles, click the link below to learn more about this. Very simply and easily, bada bing, bada boom. And obviously I'm shooting from the hip, but I wanted to show you how very simple and easy it is for you to create a very short video just like that. And it works. And all you want to do is you want to start by talking about the problem, then you want to share the solution, and then at the end you just want to ask the prospect if they would like to learn more to click the button below. And 10% of the people who opt in for this video, you offered them to schedule an appointment and a call with you. And so this is kind of what the video setup would look like. And so I want to make sure that you can see this whole process from end to end, how to retire and maintain the same lifestyle without paying a ton of taxes when you withdraw from it. And this is just a free training video. And there's a brief video that you would record and post here so that they could watch it. And then at the end, you would make an offer for them to schedule an appointment with you. Very simple and easy. And so can you see how simple and easy this is, guys? If you think this is simple and easy, go ahead and put a 9 in the chat. Okay, awesome. 9s are coming in, rolling in, 9. Yeah. Perfect. And so with this process, we say we're paying $3 for a lead, which is also that same $3 that we're paying Facebook for every time they view. So we're paying $1 to click, and that same lead who clicks on the landing page, that's the same $3 that they pay to view the video. And so now let's talk about the survey. And so when we get our prospects to complete a simple survey so we can figure out if they are a good fit for working with us or not, and we do not want to get on the phone with just anybody, right? Because that's what the grinder does. That's what 99% of agents and advisors do. We want to make sure, because we're rainmakers, that these prospects are worth our time and they have the potential to become clients. And in this survey, it's just some basic questions: business size, business revenue, value of their portfolio, their biggest financial concern, and how committed they are to fixing this problem and working with us. So here's an example of kind of how that little survey would look: just full name, email, biggest financial concern, what is the value of your portfolio, and what is your household income. Just something very simple and easy to get a little bit more information and qualify them a little bit more before we speak with them. And that process, so about 10% of the people who watch the video convert, and now we're booking $30 applications. And so let's take a look at the calendar. And so once our prospects have completed the survey, we want them to schedule a time so we can speak with them, right? And so we can customize our schedule by using the software so the prospects can see our current availability and schedule a time with us right away without any communication. And this makes it so easy for our prospects to schedule on their own time with us, and it saves us a ton of back and forth time. And so let's take a look at that. And so this is great because they can schedule right into our calendar, and it does one of two things. It allows our prospects to go through a process, and so now they can see that we're professional, right? Because we have a predictable process to take them through, but also they get to pick the time that they wanted that was best for them. And it also serves as a follow-up as well, because you'll get an email and it'll pop on your calendar, but it'll also do the same for the prospect when they book. And so now when you do this, you're not chasing and following up with prospects to make sure they show up to the meetings. You have pretty much a 80 to 90% show up rate, and you don't get stood up on meetings. And so that is the same. The survey and the calendar is just like the landing page and the video. So we're paying $30 for the survey and the survey, which is the application, and the appointments. So now let's talk about the call, because everyday prospects in our chosen niche will schedule appointments with us, right? And then we just hop on a phone call or a Zoom call and we talk to them for about 30 or 45 minutes just to see whether we can help them or not. And if we follow a proven process with the script that I have, that is phenomenal, for conducting these calls, at the end, we make the prospect an offer for them to work with us. And then guess what? They become a client. And 25% of the people that we talk to on the phone sign up with us and become paying clients. Yep, that's right, 1 in 4. And so when we go through this whole process from end to end, from Facebook ads to the landing page to the value video to the survey to the calendar, to when we hop on a specific call and use my highly converting script, we are paying $120 to acquire a client. So let's do some math here. So paying $1 per click, $3 per lead, $3 per call, and $120 to acquire a customer. Let's put this in some real numbers. Would you pay $120 one time for a $500 a month policy customer, right? Would you pay $120 for a $6,000 case? Of course. So when you execute this correctly, the end result is this: 5 to 10 to 20 new clients reaching out to you every single month, asking for your help. And then you can just pick and choose who you want to work with, and you just pick the best of them. And just imagine this for yourself. Every single day, your ideal clients are reaching out to you, and you are growing your financial consulting business and finally becoming time and financially free. So how well does this work? That's a great question. Let's talk about that. So if I want to, this is exactly how I can make my calendar look every single week. And the majority of the weeks it does. So every single week I book between 8 to 10. I have about 8 to 10 appointments, and I book between 10 and 15, and I cherry pick the top and cancel the bottom. Every single day I book between, sorry, I know I said every single week. Sorry, I meant every single day. I book between 10 to 15 appointments, and people reach out to work with me, and I just cherry pick the top 5, and the rest of them I cancel them. And so yes, every single day I get clients, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't get at least 3 to 5 appointments booked fully automated into my calendar for the week, and I only talk to the top 25%, and I cancel the rest. I only talk to the ones that I'm almost 100% certain that I can help them and they'll become clients. Now, if all this system did was get you the minimum of 1 or 2 clients on a consistent monthly basis, what would that do for your business? If all it did was help you gain a competitive advantage over all the advisors and service providers grinding away out there, what would that do for you? If all it did was help you make an extra $100,000 in the next 12 months, what would that do for you? What would that do for your family? Maybe your wife could stop working. Maybe you could pay for your kids' college fund. If all it did was help you gain clarity on your target market and message so that you can attract them instead of you going to them, what would that do for you? If all it did was give you the ability to do all the things you love and enjoy, maybe play more golf, maybe you want to spend more time with the wife, or maybe you just want to make a larger impact on the community. You see, when you have a predictable system where you can turn the faucet on and off, you can go about living your life on your terms while still growing your business. Then you only really have 2 choices to make here. You can go at it alone and try a bunch of different marketing gimmicks, spend thousands of dollars and years trying to figure it out on your own. Or you can follow a proven, battle-tested system from a client acquisition expert that's helped dozens of clients in your similar situation who only works with financial service professionals and has mastered this. Over the next 5 days, I've blocked out my entire week and set up some time to talk with you personally to see if I can help you. And here's how the process works. We'll be focused on a specific custom tailored strategy and execution to help you break through and get to the next level in your career. We'll talk for about 30 to 45 minutes, and we'll map out the exact plan of action and strategy for you to follow so that you'll walk away with the system to get consistent appointments and add your next few new clients this month. So, who is this call for? Well, this is for financial advisors, consultants, wealth managers who want a predictable system for generating appointments and clients. This is for people who are good at what they do and are looking to grow their business and income to the multiple 6, 7-figure level and beyond. If you truly value people and helping them get results, and you want to dominate and become number one, and you understand that you need some skin in the game, and you need to invest some money if you want to reach that next level in your business. Now, who is this not for? Well, this call is not for anyone outside the financial service industry. You must be in the financial service industry. This is not for short-term thinking opportunists who jump on everything and don't stick to anything long enough to see its full potential. I want people who are committed and willing to do whatever it takes. This is not for anyone not serious about growing their firm or their income by an extra 6 to 7 figures in the next 12 months. This is not for people who just want to push commission products and make a quick buck and literally push the people who don't even really need it. This is not for people who are stuck in information gathering mode and are not prepared to take action and get results. Look, the better the fit, the better the results. I'm looking for win-wins. And knowing that we're a good fit is crucial because I like to get all my clients results and work with them for the long term. To do that, I need to get them a quick ROI. And the truth is that there are simply some people I just cannot help. If that's the case, I'll be 100% upfront with you and suggest someone else as an alternative. I'm only looking for those who are a good fit and who I am certain I can get results for. This is a personal, custom tailored, one-on-one strategy with you and me. This is where we really begin to work together to figure out what you want and where you want to go and how to make that happen in the fastest time possible. Now, here are the next steps. The first step is to complete an application for a private strategy session below this video. This application is necessary to determine, one, that I can help you and that I'm the best person to help you generate those results that you're looking for. And two, that you're ready to step up, commit, take action, and do the required work to generate the results. Now, once I receive your application, you'll be able to schedule a time with me to conduct your strategy session. This is where we really start to work together and to figure out what you want and how to make that happen in the fastest time possible with predictability. Then, at the end of the call, one or two things will happen. You'll either be a good fit, and I'll extend an invitation to work with you as one of my clients. And if it's not a good fit, that's totally okay too. There's no hard feelings or obligations or anything like that. Either way, I'm positive you'll receive an insanely valuable strategy session, and we'll walk away with a newfound clarity as to where you are right now and what's holding you back from achieving the results that you want. That, together with the exact steps necessary to take action and break through your barriers, it will likely be the most valuable 30 to 45 minutes you invest in your business this year. Now, just a little word of warning. Right now, I've had dozens of advisors applying for this in the last 14 days, and I've only blocked out the next 5 days. So this opportunity is really extremely limited to the intense one-on-one time needed in order to provide you with results. Because like I said before, I only work with clients I know with absolute certainty and conviction that I can generate them results and a return on their investment. I've opened up 15 slots these next 5 days, and right now, 7 of them are currently filled, and I'm looking to fill the rest of them as soon as possible. With that being said, please understand that this window of opportunity won't be available for long. So if you feel this is right for you, go ahead and apply right now to see if you qualify and follow the next steps on the next page. I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this training. I look forward to speaking with you in the Breakthrough Marketing Strategy